Hello everyone, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I hope everyone is doing good in these tough times of COVID-19. So states are now slowly announcing their nomination criteria. Previously, Canberra and Northern Territory has announced their criteria. Yesterday, South Australia posted an update for the new nomination criteria for the SA nomination program. So there is a lot of information, new information regarding the SA nomination criteria. I have some information that is written on this side of the board, and there is more information at the back of the board. I know there is a lot of information, but I have tried to explain everything step by step. Firstly, I will start with the previous financial year. So SA nomination for the previous financial year in 2019-20. So the previous financial year ended on 30th of June 2020. So last year, in the previous financial year, South Australia has given invitations for 190, 491 and 489. So the 489 category has gone now in this financial year, and it has been replaced by 491. So there were lots of invitations, you can say. So there are lots of invitations for last financial year, so which is a very good number, 4,328 invites from South Australia, which is a very good number. So South Australia is a state which focus on the migrants, and they focus a lot on their 190 and 491 migration nomination program. So I will quickly explain you about the 190 visa, subclass 190 visa and 491, that what is required to lodge these nominations with South Australia. So for 190 visa, you need skills assessment and minimum of 60 points of your own, and 5 points South Australia will give you. And for 491 visa, you need skills assessment and minimum of 50 points of your own, and 15 points you will be getting from South Australia. So there are other criteria attached as well on top of these minimum requirements. So that will include work experience requirements, English requirements, and the points. So the points can be as per South Australia list. So currently the South Australia list is not out yet. So the current list for South Australia is the critical sector list. So until the new budget is announced on 6th of October 2020, the critical sector applicants will be invited. So the only critical sector applicants according to the state will be invited. So this is very important. So this nomination criteria stays the same even after 6th of October, from mid of October. The only things that there are few things that they haven't released. So they have said, South Australia has said that they will be releasing mid October after the budget is announced. So I will start explaining you. So they have made priority streams. So South Australia has priority streams. So the first thing, as I said, is the critical sector, so which is currently open. So the only critical sector is currently open. So they have subdivided their priority streams into graduates of South Australia stream, working in South Australia stream, talent and innovation program. So in this D, talent and innovation program is something new. I will explain you this one first, and the graduates of South Australia and working in South Australia is explained at the back of the board. So for talent and innovation program, South Australia has said that it will be open, this stream will be open from mid of October, and they will be posting new information for this stream in mid October. So they have made 3 streams, further streams into this program, which is employer stream, independent talent stream, small business and startup stream. So what is employment stream? I will just briefly explain it. If some employer is looking for a high caliber or employee like which can contribute positively to South Australia, so they will be giving nominations to them. So independent talent, if someone is highly talented and they have high caliber and they can contribute positively to South Australia, so they will be coming under this stream. Small business and startup stream. This is a very interesting stream. Similar kind of streams are available in Tasmania and Queensland. So we will have to wait for this to come up in October to see what they have got into that. Because if someone is running a small business or they are going to start a small business in South Australia, I think this stream is going to be very important for those people. So we'll have to keep an eye on this update. So you can check our Facebook page for this update. So now I'm going on the back of the board because I'm going to explain graduates of South Australia and working in South Australia category in detail. So these two streams are very important in South Australia. So graduates of South Australia, I have just quickly written the important points. So your field of study should be same in your nominated occupation. So if you want to access that stream, 50% of your study should be in South Australia. So that study should constitute minimum of 1 year. For example, if there was a 2-year study and you did 1 year in some other state, for example, Victoria, then 1 year should be done in South Australia. So the duration, CRICO's duration of the study should be minimum of 46 weeks. Then you must have work experience of 3 months post-study. But the important thing here is you can get a waiver for this experience of 3 months. So who can get a waiver? So high performing graduates can get a waiver who has got good GPA. So they have available, this waiver is available for a master by research, for bachelor graduates, for master graduates, master by research and PhD graduates. But they have certain GPA requirements. They haven't mentioned what it will be, but I think slowly they will start rolling out everything. The second thing they ask is high English, which is Proficient Plus. Proficient Plus means Proficient Plus and higher, which is 7.5 or higher. So work experience in low skills, that is little bit related to your nominated field, will be acceptable under this waiver provision. And if a graduate is a long-term resident of South Australia, so this stream this waiver will be available, or waiver for work experience will be available to them. So because graduates are very important for South Australia, so that's why they always have something positive for their graduates. So the second thing that they focus on is the work experience. So working in SA. So South Australia has written that under working in South Australia category, so which is like anywhere in South Australia, which can be Greater Adelaide as well. So that will be coming in, that guidelines for this particular category will be coming in mid-October. But they have released guidelines for work and live in outer regional SA. So if someone is not living in Greater Adelaide, but they have moved further out of Greater Adelaide in regional SA, so this working in SA category will be available to them. So the important point here is that they have released the postcode list, which is available on their website. You can go through that postcode list to find out that which is outer regional SA. So if you're working in nominated and closely, related occupation, then you can access this stream. So your work experience duration should be according to the skill list. So they will be coming up with different work experience requirements. So they have done that previously as well in their list. So they will be mentioning the particular work experience requirements in the skill list, which will be coming in mid-October. So then you can access work experience, work and live in outer regional category through this stream. Further subdivision of this particular stream is 12-month experience in any occupation. So if you have 12-month experience in any occupation in outer regional SA, you can get 491 visa. So this particular thing is available only for subclass 491 visa, so which is important. So it is a very important point to note. So if someone is having a 12-month experience in these occupations, they will be able to get 491 as well as 190 visa. So if someone has 12-month experience in these occupations in outer regional SA, so you should be able to understand this thing, then they can access these visas. So I will quickly go through. So they have written motor trade, construction trade, engineering trade, electrical trade, hairdresser, food trades. So I will quickly go through. So under motor trade, the popular occupation are motor mechanic, diesel mechanic, motorcycle mechanic, vehicle painter, panel beater, and so on. Under construction, solid plasterer, tiler, bricklayer, carpenter, painter. Engineering trades, welder, locksmith, fitter and turner. Hairdressers. Electrical trades have electrical and telecom technicians and workers. Food trades have cooks, chefs, pastry cooks, bakers. So this is also a very important announcement by the South Australia. So they are going to concentrate on these sectors. Another stream which is under working in SA stream is long-term residents of South Australia. They have further subdivided them into former graduates of South Australia and other visa holders. If someone is a former graduate of South Australia, and they have lived in South Australia for minimum of 5 years, and they have 12-month experience not in nominated occupation, but skill level 1, 2, 3 and 4 carer occupations. Another is 7-year residence. If someone has lived in South Australia continuously for 7 years and they have experienced 12-month experience in any occupation, so they can access this stream. So other visa holders who has lived in South Australia for 5 years and have 12-month experience in any occupation, they can go under this category. So I will quickly explain this experience requirements. So in outer regional SA, the requirement is minimum of 15 hours per week or 38 hours per fortnight. So if someone has done 15 hours per week minimum or 30 hours per fortnight, then they can access this stream. So here there is a little bit of explanation that I want to do. The graduates of South Australia can access this side of the board if they have finished their course within the last 2 years. So they should have finished their study in the last 2 years, which is also, I will just write it here, last 2 years. So this is an important point. I think South Australia has given a very good update and a vast update, because they have pinpointed to particular occupations as well. So if someone is already in South Australia and who is working in these occupations and they think they qualify for 491 or even 190 stream, they can contact us, or if they want to go to their other preferable consultant, they can go to them, or if they want to do their applications themselves, they can do that. But it's very important that you gather all your documents and keep your applications ready. If you're already working in the critical sector, so the critical sector list is also available on our Facebook page. So we have posted the nomination criteria for South Australia already. So if you go through that list and you think you are in critical sector, you should be contacting your agent, or if you want to do yourself, you should be careful, because they have written clearly that if the data is not matching with the South Australia, whatever information you have given in the South Australia application and in your EOI, if it is not matching, they are not going to give you invitation. So you should be careful while lodging your applications. Another thing is, if you think if someone has high points, 90 points including state points, they will be preferring those people as well. So in the end, I would say, like, keep ready with your applications. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.